but what about her like having to relive all those moments like in front of her husband as well? It's not something that's going to be like she's happy with. I don't think that she's like, yeah, I want to do this while I'm pregnant with my husband sitting in here. I think that, I mean, as much as I like I said, I do hold her accountable for some of the things, but I still kind of feel like she's still having to go through or relive traumatic experiences that she had with him, especially. I mean, and I also do know that when you've been like abused for a certain period of time, you do get hypersexual. So um I can do agree that, yeah, she did some she has some whorish behavior,
Why?
but like
Why would
the
she keep
hypersexual,
all of those videos?
huh?
Why would she keep all? Like, why would she keep all of those videos?
Yeah,
Unless she knew deep down.
that's where the
Like, why would you
hypersexuality
keep
I'm
that?
talking about comes from, because most abused women, they do get very, very hypersexual, and it's something that we can never understand. I mean, even
But
the
look,
fact that
I
she
went through.
got like
I
she
went through
got
it for 6 years.
The craziest thing about all of this is that Cassie's morality is now being plastered, and we understand and we can label her, right? We understand and we can label her as something, right? But she didn't do any of these things alone. So therefore, his
She
character
was
is
the
just
one
as bad as
calling.
hers.
yeah,
She was the
he's a
one setting
disgusting
up the
pig.
So
crime.
That's
that's the
why
point of her being there.
that's why he's on trial to
Can I ask
Right.
see
you guys
if
a
this stuff
question?
that she's saying is true or not.
Can I
She's
ask you
on
guys, can
trial
I ask
and
the
she's
ladies
the
a
character
question?
key witness. Her
Can I ask all of you
testimony.
guys a question? Do you
What's up,
guys
girl?
think that all of this is unfurling about Cassie, and I'm finding out some stuff I didn't even know right now. But do you think that when she entered her relationship with Sean Combs at 2021, that she was always this way?
No.
What I'm saying is, and I'm getting to something here. So do you guys believe that maybe she was a little bit naive?
Green.
Yes. So you think so? I mean, so do you guys really think that at 21, 22, even probably have never experienced these things? I mean, like, you guys must really think she must have been whoring since she was like 15. I mean,
No,
like,
I wouldn't say that.
It's not
I
that.
wouldn't say that.
like she's just barely of age. I'm
No.
asking, do you think she came in, and Anton, I would love to hear you, do you think she came into the relationship wanting to do those things and like volunteering herself and saying yeah, do you think at like her young age that's what she wanted?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel
That's a
like
part of
if you
being
watch the video of Me and You, if you watch the video of Me and You, she was already kind of sexual, I think. I don't know what went on in her life before that, but she was the video, the lyrics, and this was way before
I just don't think that you live enough years to have that kind of experience to even know these things. Like,
no, trust me, that's a part.
Long enough.
That's a part of being naive. You wanting to experience things.
I gotta do one mic.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I knew women that was getting trains ran on them in high school. I don't know where y'all been at. I don't know where y'all what's going on.
Trains are different than drugs and prostitutes.
Let me tell you something.
It's not that
crazy out there.
I knew chicks that was getting trains ran on them in high school. I don't know what y'all talking about.
And what were those girls' backgrounds like? If you were to peek into their whole lives, were they like loved and everything was great, and they just are like?
I never listen. Let me tell you something. My homeboys never told me about whether or not they met their parents or
not. To Cassie came from 2-parent household.
Yeah,
and they were raised in Connecticut. I think she was very, very green. She said that Diddy taught her to suck dick. So I think she was very, very green.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Well, no, but that doesn't excuse her choices for 11 years.
I'm not.
And it doesn't mean that she.
So what I'm saying is that there seems to be a progression of depravity, right?
Everybody is green until they not pink.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that like. Yeah. So what I'm saying
is that everybody is green until they not.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I just don't think that you live enough years to have experience with, having sex with prostitutes, having tons of parties, all kinds of drugs. Like when I was 20, 21, like I stopped playing with Barbies when I was 13. So you do the math there. It's like, I'm just having a hard time believing that somebody that young could be that sophisticated, and that Diddy was not somehow, as being almost old enough to be her father, have some involvement in the influence of her. That's it.
Look, let me say this.
Hold on. How many times have you want to be in the music industry? You wasn't trying to be in the music industry either. How many times have we heard of these chicks? Come on, Pink, you can't be this naive.
No, I do, but I also have 4 children. So
as well.
So I'm coming at it from like maybe just a mom. Like I'm not just being so quick to be like that, because I also remember when I was 19 and how truly naive I was. Like the things that, people could tell me that I would believe. I had both my parents.
So Anton, if somebody is a bad person,
so it was like,
I have a question. If somebody is a bad person, do they deserve a crime to happen to them?
No.
We're talking about Cassie's morals here. So if Cassie,
you're
talking
about the fact that she was busting it down for a real one. What you talking about?
That's you thinking she's a bad person. That's you thinking she's a whore. Does that
means that
bad things happen to bad people?
No,
no.
Bad things happen to bad people.
That means
all y'all telling me is
that means we all deserve to go to jail.
At the end of the day, all y'all telling me is that y'all are part of the sisterhood. That's what it really comes down to.
So look, let me address what
this is an adult accountability thing.
At the end of the day, what you're telling me is that when it comes to the actually really holding people accountable, we only hold women accountable based off of words. Bad girl, you're bad. Don't do that again. Don't have children out of wedlock. Don't do this. Don't do that. That's how we hold women accountable. When it actually comes to, because see, equal means equal across the board. That's what feminism has given us. Feminism said that y'all wanted equal. You know what y'all advocate against, though? Equal when it comes to consequences. Then this is why you see women advocate for equal pay, equal rights, but at the same time, they'll advocate against updating family court laws. This is why you'll see women commit crimes, but on a regular basis, they'll never be charged in the same way that a man is. They'll never serve the same sentences. They'll never be prosecuted. They'll never, ever let their feet touch the ground. We're always going to treat women with kid gloves, especially if they're pretty. Especially if they're pretty, especially if they're pregnant. The sister code is going to save them. Well, you know what? But why? Well, wait, did she have a father in her life? Anybody asked Diddy if he had a father in his life?
Period.
I'm not sure what. Okay, can I just ask Anton, like, what do you expect?
Nobody cares about Diddy, his upbringing. Nobody gives a fuck. Don't nobody care. If he had been touched when he was younger, that's cool. But nigga, you an adult now. Fix your motherfucking life. That's no excuse. But when it's a woman, oh my God.
I know. I'm just wondering, when you say accountability, what do you want? What do you want? What do you want to happen? What?
Can I just address what Pink Pill was saying earlier? Because I love the fact how she was saying when she was 19 and when she was 20. You got to understand, you came up in a completely different generation. You said you're Generation X, right?
Yeah.
Generation Z, right? Millennial, right? I'm a millennial. And I'm pretty sure there's a few other millennials. There may be a few other millennials on here. But the way we were coming out and the way we were brought up is completely different than the way you saw things. So trust me, it is not far-fetched for Cassie to be busting it down for a real one and a not so real one.
You know what I learned? You know what I learned tonight? You know what I learned tonight? All women, all of them are on the table. There is no woman that you cannot get. There is no morality code that she will not abide by, that she will abide by. Every woman has a price. That's what I learned tonight. Because
Absolutely
they don't believe.
What do you mean price?
I don't give a fuck about what y'all saying. I don't care about y'all protesting. I don't care about y'all fake getting upset. I know that every last woman on the face of this fucking earth has a price.
I think every man has well.
Why they have a price is because they want the lifestyle, and it's always going to be a price that's attached to it. They willing to pay it, and they don't believe that they'll ever have to be held accountable for it. One of the reasons why you see some guys,
the deal of right and wrong.
one of the reasons why you see men and they're willing to hold what, you know what? Some men are willing to cross it and just take a chance. Other men is like, you know what? That's just too big of a price to pay, because we know for a fact that if we get caught, it's over. It's over. There is no coming back. Ain't no plan B. You going to jail, or you gonna die, or you gonna get whatever. You're gonna be held accountable. You're gonna lose your job. You're gonna lose your money. You're gonna lose your income. You're gonna lose everything. Women inherently in the back of their mind, they know that they can recover from it. And so the price is always easier to justify. And you know you can get away with it. It's almost like, look, I'll give you an example. Through all of what she's been through, this bitch got another husband. Half of y'all can't even fucking find a husband. And she got a husband that's willing to sit up there on trial and listen about how she got ran through and how she got her mouth pissed in.
But that's not, I mean,
you know what women are saying online? You know what women are saying online? In mass. That's a good man, Savannah. Lord, bless that type of love to attack me. Instead of saying, what the fuck is this bitch doing getting her mouth pissed in? At some point she had to say, you know what? I don't like the taste of pee. But instead of us having a
lot of different things. You're conflating a lot of different things.
You want women to be held to the same standard as men.
Conversation of why she like pee. We're having a conversation about the character witnesses that is coming up to establish whether or not Diddy is the culprit. No accountability whatsoever. I don't believe it. I believe that any woman that I want, I can get her now.
But being kinky is not a crime.
You've given us the understanding to be careful of the type of women that we go after, but at the same time, understand that they all got a price.
Anton, you serve such contradictions, and it's so funny to me. Do you want women to be held to the same standard as men for the sake of equality? Would you like that?
I don't give a fuck.
That's what it should be.
But this is your perspective. This is what you're saying.
You
because I believe stance about it.
You can't hold a question. You can't answer the question. Listen. If God couldn't hold Eve accountable, what makes you think that y'all gonna listen to me?
This was about desire. Would you desire women
God
to
couldn't
be held
convince
to the
Eve
same? You're avoiding my question.
I know you didn't say that. God absolutely did hold Eve accountable.
God, Adam,
Eve. The question is, do you want women to be held to the same standard as men? No, you don't. You always say you don't. But now you're advocating for it. Now you want it. But when it's about submission and when it's about relationship, you don't want to share.
But that's the real one. This is the thing.
If you believe,
Anton, you got to stop contradicting yourself.
If you believe, no. This has nothing to do with contradiction. This don't have nothing to do with contradiction. Listen, okay. For all of the men that's with y'all, please tell them not to listen to this show no more.
Anton, you don't have to advise our men.
Tell them don't listen to this show no more.
That doesn't matter.
Because I'm going to speak to the guys, and I'm going to speak to all of the men that's watching this that got wives, that got girlfriends. You're being ridiculous. I think that they're innocent. Let me tell you, big dog, she'll go.
I bet she won't.
I bet you she will.
I bet you she won't.
See, that's your problem. You sitting there in the background trying to sell.
Y'all have a good night.
Cheerleader. You sitting there in the background trying to be a cheerleader instead of get her off the fucking screen. Because let me tell you what's really happening. Get her off the fucking screen.
It was an accident. She gonna come right back.
No, there wasn't no accident.
No, she said bye. She said bye.
Let me tell you what really happened. He started to get uncomfortable because she started exposing herself as a chameleon. That's
she
the
did
truth.
not.
No.
That is a man's wife.
See, he was watching the chat. He was watching the chat, and he realized that the chameleon was starting to come out. I'm fucking up the money because she's a femininity coach, and she say that she hold women accountable. No. See, I'm gonna say the real. She's a femininity coach. She said that she hold women accountable, but all of that shit started to come apart because when you let a woman talk for long enough and you let her actually tell what she really believes, when you let her tell what she really believes, that shit started to come up. Now the simp is gonna start to come. I bet you she won't. Nigga, if she wouldn't, then she wouldn't be here in the first place. All of that shit that you talking, I don't believe it, dog. You're gonna have to show me. You're gonna have to show me. Nigga, send her over here for 48 hours. She gonna come back a different person. I promise you, nigga. I promise you on God. Everything is gonna be different. Everything, because she gonna see some shit that she ain't never seen before. Everything is gonna be different. Get her off the stream. You did the right thing, nigga. Get her off the stream. Get her off the fucking stream. Because all of that square shit you talking, that shit going out the window.
Okay.
I'm gonna just leave it at that.
Does Daylin or AC want to say anything before we go to the super chats? No.
All of that fake femininity shit. Nigga,
No,
miss
right
me with that shit, bro.
No. Okay, we're gonna Lot of mercy. I like Ty. Okay. Let's start the super chat. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We do appreciate you guys. It is a Monday night. Woo! Wait. Before we move on.
That was unexpected.
Yeah, it was unexpected.
Yeah.
Before we move on, who thinks?
Nigga said, I bet you she won't.
A quick yes or no.
I bet you she won't.
Anton.
I bet you she won't.
Who do we think? Raise a hand that Diddy should be arrested for what he's being tried for now. Who thinks he should be arrested for what he's being for sex trafficking and racketeering?
And I guarantee you that nigga's still watching.
Stop! Okay. So Izzy,
I guarantee you still watching.
Izzy,
I don't like that motherfucker.
They are cool. They both been on the panel before. They cool. So Izzy,
I guarantee you still watching.
Anybody else?
He can come on the show next, and she can come too.